Hey, oh man, it's been forever and a day and 3 weeks, or forever and a day and 3/8 or something. I really don't have time to be doing this, but I said I was going to try to use YouTube to let my friends know what's going on with me. So, it's kind of late. It's first, second, third Labor Day, yeah. August 3rd, 2007. Haven't blogged since probably April. A lot has happened. I actually did start the blog I said I was going to do the following day about my lifeguarding class. Failed miserably. I may eventually post it, but I just don't have time. There's so much footage. I have hundreds and hundreds of hours of footage that I was going to post, but I just don't have time. I did pass my lifeguarding class. Failed the pre-test with approximately 51%. Ooh, I was hurting. And if I ever get it done and post it, I think you'd enjoy it. That is, if you're the type of person that enjoys watching a 40-year-old basically drown, and come close to dying from exhaustion. Yeah, the instructor let me take the class even though I failed the pre-test miserably, and I worked very hard. Alright, as you could tell, the camera cut off. The camera I'm using is going to shut off every 5 minutes. That should be some incentive to be brief, but that's just not my way, is it? Yeah, that usually doesn't happen. So, expect some interruptions. Unless I remember to hit the record button, at which point it will give an error and hopefully reset the clock. Maybe I'll try that at 4.5 minutes this time. I'll try to keep track of the time, but yeah. Laptop screen, viewfinder, lens. Please forgive me if my attention vacillates. Window. Okay. What was I saying? I think I was talking about my lifeguard test. Yeah, I ended up passing. The instructor let me in the class, and I worked very hard. And yeah, I am now certified lifeguard and CPR person, knowledgeable person. That was back in April. Now it's August. Yeah, a lot has happened. Made a couple trips to Canada. Visit my favorite person, who at the time and up until about a month ago was also my girlfriend. She's still my favorite person. Something I want to say about love. I believe that, and this may not sound like it's coming from a guy, but I'm a guy, a straight guy. I really do believe that true love lasts forever. I believe true love can only come from God, and the love of God can only last forever. So even though I've had several relationships, several girlfriends, been engaged twice, I think if you really love someone with a true love, that it will last forever. And hopefully that won't be intimidating or discouraging for whichever woman ends up being my wife. But yeah, I still love basically all my ex-girlfriends. I'm not in love with all of them. I don't know if that means anything or makes a difference, but that's the way I look at love. So that's that. Let's go back to my enlistment. About a week after no, 5 days, Wednesday. I swore in on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yep. On Wednesday, the recruiter called me and said that that weekend after I swore in, the Saturday and Sunday had been his drill weekend, and the state command chaplain just happened to be visiting his unit, and he went, the recruiter went to go get a drink or buy a pop or talk to somebody or make some copies or something. When he came back, the state command chaplain was standing at his desk thumbing through my file, my enlistment file. And okay, so apparently I need to try to record and get the error beep every 4 minutes, because it like takes me a minute to get the camera back online. So yeah, the state command recruiter was standing at his desk thumbing through my file, and I don't know if I mentioned this before or not, but originally when I transferred from the Air Force to the Army, I tried to go in as a recruiting assistant. Not recruiting assistant, chaplain's assistant. And that was actually the idea of my Air Force commander. Thank you, sir, if you ever see this. But our efforts were not successful. The recruiter said he really wanted me to keep my rank, E7, and the only things available in the state for recruiting assistant were E5. That's a major, major pay cut. So I ended up staying in the same career field in order to keep my rank. The recruiter had been working with the chaplain to try to get me, you know, E6 or E7 recruiting assistant, but they just were not able to get it done. So the chaplain did have some background about me. And when he came to visit this unit, he saw my file sitting on the desk, started flipping through it, and he told the recruiter he wanted to talk to me about the possibility of becoming not a chaplain's assistant, but an actual chaplain. So on Wednesday, the recruiter called me, and that's what he said. And I was like, "You must be out your mind. You must be crazy, man. You can't be telling me this." But he said, "Yeah, no joke." No, he did have a misunderstanding. He thought the chaplain was saying I actually was already qualified to become a chaplain, based on the fact that I had 400 credit hours, college credit hours, and other things, and some of my letters of reference and other things. But you know, I told him I'm pretty sure you have to have a degree, which I didn't have, because a chaplain is an officer. But he was like, no, he said you're good to go. So, not making fun of you there, recruiter, dude, cool, man. But he was mistaken on that. But he said, just call him. So I prayed about it, fasted about it, called him. Was not able to contact him for about a week. He was on a mission, and you know, I prayed about it some more and fasted about it some more, and I was on my way to Canada, and I decided, you know what, I am not I'm gonna fast until I hear back from this guy. So somewhere around Montana or Idaho, he eventually called me back from wherever he was out of the country, and okay, I gotta keep track of the time, and we talked about it. He said he wanted me to pray about it, but that he based on my packet, felt like I would make a good chaplain. So I prayed about it some more and called him back that next week and told him I felt like, yeah, this is from the Lord. This is what he probably brought me out here for, even though that's not what I thought he brought me out here for. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm going to try to record. You heard that error message saying tape's not ready, but hopefully it reset the timer. We'll see if this thing gives me another 4 minutes before I, without shutting off. Okay, so yeah, basically he said, okay, here's what you need to do, and that's what I've been trying to do ever since April. I had to get my bachelor's degree. It's something I started in 1986. Took me a while to find a college. Okay. So much for that dumb idea. That didn't work. Apparently, the only way for me to trick this camera into not shutting off is to actually put it in a tape with a lot of blank space on it and record. I guess I'll just tape over the tape later with something else that I actually want, because I won't need the footage on the tape because I'm recording directly to my hard drive. But this will keep the camera from shutting off. Okay. I have no idea what the last thing I said was. Probably something about the chaplain. I've been trying to do something. I've been trying to, need my degree. Okay, yeah. So, I searched online for a college that would take my credit hours and actually convert them into a bachelor's degree. The one I found that was going to be the easiest was Excelsior College. So if you got 9 million credits and you want a degree, check out Excelsior College. Now, unfortunately, their fees are astronomical, but I felt like, you know what, this is important. I said I would never get a degree, never finish my bachelor's unless I had a good reason to go into a master's program, for which the bachelor's was a prerequisite, because my career was pretty much on track without a bachelor's degree, without any degree. So I was like, okay, I'll get this degree and then I can enroll in seminary and become a chaplain candidate and eventually become a chaplain after graduation, hopefully. So Excelsior decided, well, yes, you have a lot of credits, but we still feel that for your baccalaureate degree program to be complete, you need to take our 1 credit hour course entitled Information Literacy. Alright. My opinion is that they could have discerned from my transcripts that I am fairly information literate. I was an education major, music education major, for years at the University of Toledo, and my credits through the Community College of the Air Force were heavily connected to my 2 career fields of audio-visual production specialist, craftsman actually, and information systems operator, craftsman actually, which the Air Force renamed to communications computer systems operator, craftsman actually. So you'd think that they would discern that I might be information literate. However, no, they said I had to take this 1 credit hour class, so I did. I probably read 2 to 5% of the required reading material, and I passed their final exam with 96%. So that was that. That was in September. It took me several months to get my funding in place to pay the $800. That wasn't supposed to happen. Maybe I forgot to hit the record button. Maybe. Alright, hopefully it won't shut off after another 4 minutes. Or maybe you're thinking, hopefully it will. Sorry, I'll just start it again. I apologize for being so verbose. Yeah. So yeah, that happened in September. It took me a while to get together that $800-something enrollment fee, plus get the federal military tuition assistance program to fund my 1 credit hour course. But I finished it one night while I was at a conference in Las Vegas. Instead of going out on the town, I just went down to the little computer down in the lobby of my lodging facility, and knocked that puppy out. So because of the difficulties in acquiring the funding, I missed the deadline for the August conferral date of my degree, and now my degree will be conferred on September 21st. Now this turned out to be a problem because that was not in time to start the fall semester at Liberty Theological Seminary. And Liberty says that unless they have a transcript that actually says you have a degree, I can only be conditionally accepted into the seminary program, which means I'm only allowed to take 2 classes. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking 2 classes. Which does not qualify as full-time, which affects some of the other forms of financial aid I am able to acquire, or in this case, not acquire. But, oh well, that's it. I started seminary on August 20th. I'm in the online program at Liberty University. I'm pursuing an MRE, Master of Religious Education in Military Chaplaincy, with the hopes of, upon graduation, becoming a U.S. Army / Nevada Army National Guard chaplain. This is a totally unexpected development. After 21.5 years as an enlisted person, getting a commission as an officer was nothing close to being on my mind. But then again, neither was switching over to the Army. The Lord, man, He sure knows what He's doing. I thought I knew what He was doing when I came here. I thought I was brought out to Nevada to start a Christian performing arts / media arts ministry, but apparently I was mistaken. Yeah, this sequence of events, I never would have imagined it happening, but here it is. I'm still working for the Navy full-time, and I'm in the Army National Guard, Sergeant First Class, with the 422nd. Oh, they say hua. Hua. That's what the Army says. And hopefully in the next couple weeks here I'll be able to add another class, and I'll be a full-time student in seminary, and I'll be eligible to be a chaplain candidate. You have to be full-time. And if that happens, if I submit my package and I am accepted as a chaplain candidate, I will get a commission as a second lieutenant. A 40-year-old second lieutenant. Can you imagine that? Well, those of you that aren't familiar with the military, that doesn't sound too surprising, but for those of you that are familiar with the military, you know how crazy that sounds. This is crazy. Alright, so that's it. I am really behind on my projects. We're starting the third week, and I am still working on my items from the first week. They are very overdue. Obviously the items from the second week are 1 day overdue. Haven't even started those. But I did do very well on my first quiz. It was 25 questions, and according to the computer I missed 2 questions. One of the questions I missed was worded kind of trickily. I knew the answer. It was worded like a true or false question, and it said something like in ancient times, in all of ancient history, Israel never was the dominant force on the sea coast area, whatever it is, the Mediterranean Sea, whatever it is, the coastal plain or something. And, you know, even most non-Christians know that during the time of David and Solomon, Israel was pretty much the dominant power around there. But you know, I didn't read the question carefully, and so I said, actually, Israel was the dominant power. True, fool. And the wording included never, so because of the way it was worded, it's false that Israel was never the dominant power. So officially I got that question wrong. But oh crap. Okay, Liberty University, if you see this, please forgive me for revealing what that question was. I promise I won't do it again. So the other question I allegedly missed, I won't say what the question was, but oh, I'm so kicked out of school. I'll say this. It was the only fill-in question on the test. Everything else was multiple choice. And of the fill-in answers that they said they were going to accept, there were 2. And in their answer key, they, you know, if you put any version of this one answer or any version of this 2 answer, of the second answer, you get credit for the question. Me, trying to be smart, and because it was fill-in and I put both answers with the qualifier, stating this is the situation in which this answer would be correct, and this is the situation in which this other answer would be correct. Boom. The software said wrong because you didn't write this or this. So I appealed to the professor, and the professor agreed with me. Mine was a complete answer, and he will give me credit. So now I've only missed 1 out of 25, which makes a big difference between getting an A and a B when you have 25 questions. Alright, that's it. I better get back to trying to finish this first week's work so I can start the second week's work and possibly get it finished before this week is over. And maybe get started on this week's work. Yeah. Okay. That's it for now. Thanks for checking in. Sorry again to be so long-winded, but I only talk to you once every 8 months. At least as far as blogging goes, it seems like that. Please continue to pray for me. And if you want me to pray for you, send me a specific prayer request by message or comments or video or something. Or if you know my email, I will pray for you. Yeah. Army chaplain. I'm going for it. Huh? Also, I joined the Color Guard and the Honor Guard. I've done 2 Color Guard assignments and 1 Honor Guard assignment. I think that's important as well. I just don't want to leave, do I? But I have to. I have to write these answers. God bless you. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Yeah, I've been talking for 10 minutes this time, so that was it. I didn't hit the record button last time. Bye for real.